Thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. Here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tisha B'Av, 2016, 5776. Now, notice that I did not say hello at the beginning of this halacha. This is actually being taped before Tisha B'Av, but you're supposed to be listening to this on Tisha B'Av, so no hello. That's one of our many, many laws. Now, I have some interesting questions for you for this day of Tisha B'Av, and here they are. One of them is you should just know that on some NCSY programs that run, now this summer a lot of the NCSY programs ended before the end of the summer, before Tisha B'Av I mean, but sometimes when they run during Tisha B'Av, there are some NCSY kids who say that Tisha B'Av was their most meaningful day of the entire summer, and that seems strange because it's such a sad day. That's my question number one. Question number two is in some ways the day of Tisha B'Av is referred to as a moed, which most often translates as a holiday. That's question number two. What kind of holiday is that? And question number three for you is that the Ohel Moed, the tent of meeting, that's the thing in the desert where the Jews, that was the temporary temple that they used in the desert. It was called the tent of Moed. What's up with that word Moed being used for the tent? When we answer that, all three questions will come together beautifully. Ohel Moed doesn't mean the tent of holiday, it means the tent of meeting. So the word Moed actually in some ways means meeting. And now you can understand why this day is called a Moed. It's a time when, even through sadness, we meet Hashem very closely if we get into the day properly. And being into closeness with Hashem on that day makes it like a meeting with Hashem, a Moed with Hashem. And that's why some NCSYers, I believe, who tap into the day properly, and any of you listening, can find it a very, very meaningful day, even though it's sad, because we come close to God, and that is what it's all about. Okay, now some last laws that you need to know, especially as Tisha B'Av ends. Quickly, they are: if you forgot to say Borei Ma'orei Ha'esh on Saturday night, you will be making Havdalah on Sunday night, but you don't say Borei Ma'orei Ha'esh in your Sunday night Havdalah. It only belonged on Saturday night. You can use wine or beer at the Havdalah bracha. Borei Pri Hagafen if you use wine, beer if Shahakal if you use beer, and Hamavdil is the other bracha that you'll be saying, but no Besamim and no Borei Ma'orei Ha'esh and no Hine Kel Yeshuasi either. Now, the way it happened in the time of the Beis Hamikdash destruction was that by the 7th and the 8th, the enemy had already entered in and defiled the Beis Hamikdash on the 8th and burned it on the 9th, began the fire on the 9th, and it burned throughout the 10th. Therefore, some of the sadness is kept right through the 10th day of Tisha B'Av, 10th day of Av also, until midday of the 10th of Av. Now this year it's different because the 10th of Av is Sunday, the day that we're fasting. So here are how the halachas are going to work as the fast ends. Meat and wine are going to have to wait until Monday morning. I'm not telling you to have a corned beef sandwich for breakfast Monday morning, but you are allowed to eat meat Monday morning. That's the point. Meat and wine are allowed on Monday morning. Bathing, washing, haircuts, and stuff like that, they're allowed as of Sunday night. And the music, that pretty much should wait until the morning. And Kiddush Levana should be said, if possible, on at the end of Tisha B'Av, at the end of the fast, weather permitting. And those are pretty much the halachas that should take you through the end of the day on Tisha B'Av. Log on again tomorrow for more, where we may even have a couple of follow-up halachas to Tisha B'Av. And I'm not saying bye-bye either, because you're probably listening to this on Tisha B'Av.